everyone. Hope your week's going well and that you're learning a lot through life. So, this week I want to continue on with interdependence, and that the way we're going to be looking in this week is really around this sense of I, me. This is who I am, and how there really is just this play that is happening that is all of these interdependent causes and conditions coming together, and out of that there is this illusion of me, of I, that's so deeply habituated, because in doing so we break down our experience and we begin to see the impersonal nature of this phenomena coming together in different ways. It just gives this shimmering illusion of something we call self. And yet it's only appearing in this way because of all of the causes and conditions that reflect the I or me. It's very similar to how when light and moisture come together in a specific way, there's a rainbow. It appears. Have you ever grabbed a rainbow, touched a rainbow? Same with this. So this week we will be really looking at this pervasive sense of me, and we can begin with our bodies. And our bodies are made up of these genes that we carry from our parents, our grandparents, ancestors, all passed along through time. And it brings about a body that has certain characteristics that's just the way they appear. And then how we relate to this body has been influenced by norms in our culture, ideas and beliefs that we picked up along the way, for anywhere from the advertising outside or the things that we've learned to attribute as good and bad. And this affects how we present ourselves in the world. And the very job we have, the roles that we have in life, carry a lot of ideas and beliefs and values that we've picked up from so many different places. If our work is highly valued, we might feel really good about ourselves. But if there's not much value attributed to it, then there might be a feeling of being inferior that we carry. And others are doing work that's so much more important. Or we might have a highly valued job, and then we lose it. And we lose a sense of being okay. That we've been propped up by this sense of self-worth. So these are some ways. Also, how we think of ourselves is often strongly connected to the relationships we have with other people. Maybe we have a lot of friends who really like us, and this brings up feelings of being appreciated. We are okay, we feel validated, which is quite different than when we have friends that are mean to us or belittle us, and we might feel inadequate, unlovable, as if we don't belong. There can also be a lot of impact through just our thoughts and emotions that we experience. Even just the very way we relate to our emotions can be deeply programmed, maybe even going back to how our mother was with her emotions when we were in the womb, or how our families dealt with emotions, or in our schools, what we were told about what we should do when emotions arise. What do we do with anger? Maybe it's push it down, feel like we're weak and inferior. And yet this has all just been conditioned. And it's all coming out of this complexity of interdependence. So when we start to look at how there is this play that comes together, we really begin to see how impersonal it all is. And we start to see how when we latch onto this, we make these self-created prisons, as if this is who I am, and yet it isn't. You know, we just see that there is this image of self that is this mirage of conditions, and it's really helpful if we look more deeply to see, is there really a self that is truly existing? Yes, there is this karmic lump that appears, but look, it's not so solid. It's, you know, it's come together through all of these different influences. And, you know, there's nothing that stands independently. And the way that it's appearing is dependent on so many other circumstances. You know, this is where the comparing, the judging mind comes in. But we see nothing is fixed, and we find a greater freedom where there is nothing to hang on to, and that we also discover that this is not the bad news we thought, but there is just a sense of openness, of ease, of infinite possibility, rather than this concrete I, me, mine that feels so all pervasive and fixed and unchangeable. No, it's just the rainbow. So I just invite you into this exploration because it is so valuable. So thank you for listening.